Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video we'll talk about so in this video we'll talk about how we can track the subledger entries for a purchase order or invoice. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if I go to my accounts payable here and I go to my inquiries and reports, invoices, and here if I'll go to my invoice journal, so you can see we have multiple purchase order. Okay, so let me pick a random purchase order. For example, let me go with this one. Okay, now if in case I want to see the subledger entries, okay, so here you can see these are the real entries, and if you click on view subledger entries, okay, let's say if in case you want to track them. Okay, so how many are there? 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's see how we can track it down. In our next video we'll see how we can even track the journal entries as well. Okay, so I'll create a runnable class. I can say that find subledger entries. Okay, I'll create this class. So here let me briefly talk about the concept here. So what we'll do, we'll go with this sequence. Okay, so first of all we need the information regarding our invoices. Okay, so we'll get the information from our vendor invoice journal table. Okay, so from here we'll get the buffer of vendor invoice journal. Okay, then we are going to use our accounting event, okay, table that is basically linked to with the source document header, and then the source document header is linked with our, right here, source document header. Now this relate with this, then this relate with this. Okay, then similarly here I can then go with my subledger journal to GUR journal entry and subledger journal account entry. Okay, so we are going to use these 5 tables. Okay, so here what I will do, I will quickly, so the first table that I need is specifically regarding my vendor invoice journal information. Okay, so for that I can declare here my vendor invoice journal okay, let me rewrite here, vendor invoice journal, so vendor invoice journal. Okay, and then here what I can do, I can simply get the buffer from here. I can say select first only vendor invoice journal, where my vendor invoice journal dot purchase ID equals to, so what is my purchase order ID? We come back here, this is my purchase order ID, right? I can copy this and I can paste it here. Okay, now only this information will not be sufficient. Okay, we need other information as well, right? Because in a different this purchase order, it can relate to multiple invoices as well. Okay, so that's why I will also specify my voucher as well equals to, so here if you come here, so you can see this voucher is stated, right? I know it's not best to take the data on the basis of this one, but just currently we are doing hard coding. Okay, just for the understanding of the concept. Okay, now I have the buffer of my vendor invoice journal table. Okay, second thing is, then I can now will use our accounting event table here, accounting event. I can write here accounting event. Okay, now as I said, we'll use all this table. See, this table is going to be redundant because the vendor invoice journal will be linked with source document header. Okay, and then here also this will relate with the same only, so I can directly eliminate this. Okay, so what I mean by that is these two tables have the relation of source document header. Similarly, these two also link with source document header, so that's why I can eliminate this table. Okay, so now I've defined this table. So what I can do, I can simply write here while select, because we can have multiple entries, right? So that's why we are going to use while loop. I will say here my accounting event ACCOUNTNG, ACCOU accounting event. Okay, where my accounting event, again I missed here ACCOUN, accounting event dot and source, yeah, here we go, the source document header. Okay, so I can get it from my this guy, when invoice journal dot source document header. Okay, then I can join my rest two tables. The rest two tables was SubledgerJournalEntry and SubledgerJournalAccountEntry. And let me come back here. So what all information we need? Okay, the ledger account is also there. Just checking one thing. Okay, ledger, it will be probably in that format. Okay, all right, so let me go back here. So here now let me define my rest to table buffer, that is SubledgerJournalEntry. I will write in short form SubledgerJournalEntry, SubledgerJournalEntry. Oh, okay, then my SubledgerJournalAccountEntry, I will write it as SubledgerJournalAccountEntry, SubledgerJournalAccountEntry. Okay, now first of all I'm going to relate this accounting event with this. So here I can write join SubledgerJournalEntry, and here I can say where my SubledgerJournalEntry dot accounting event, you can write it here, dot accounting event equals to with my this accounting event dot rec id, accounting accounting dot rec id. Okay, then I can join my SubledgerJournalEntry with my SubledgerJournalAccountEntry, SubledgerJournalAccountEntry. Okay, and this is going to be did with SubledgerJournalAccountEntry dot, here I will have my SubledgerJournalEntry equals to SubledgerJournalEntry dot rec id. Okay, so I should be all good here. Okay, now let me check one thing here in real quick. Let me go to its definition. I want to check one field here. Let me go to relation. Okay, ledger dimension. Alright guys, so let me correct this one. So now we'll display here messages. Okay, so for example, let's say we want to display this guy. This is document number. It should come from SubledgerJournalEntry. Okay, voucher. Okay, so we'll display it something like this. Okay, info strfmt, info strfmt, and first thing was document number, document, and then we'll go with the voucher, Okay, and let me at least define this SubledgerJournalEntry dot document number, SubledgerJournalEntry dot my voucher. All right, okay, let me see what else I can post here. Okay, this posting type, let me check. So okay, journal account entry. Okay, posting type will be displayed by using this. Let me go with this debit and credit. Okay, subledger, okay, transaction currency debit. Okay, all right. So here what I will do now, I'll go to subledger journal account entry dot, I want to display that posting type. Then I want to display subledger journal account entry dot transaction. Okay, here we have the methods. Okay, let me go to this particular okay, so I can use these functions as well, so it's not an issue here. Dot amount. Okay, amount, I will go with credit first and then debit. Okay, subledger journal account entry dot accounting currency debit amount. Okay, I think here then what I can do, I can display other things. For example, posting type, it will be 3. Then we have our credit, this would be 4. Then we have debit 5. Okay, let me save this. I think this should be fine. This should give us the correct output. Let me do a build now. We'll see it then. Alright guys, the build is completed. So I run this class. So we are getting 8 entries here. Okay, now the one thing is that this document number is not populating because okay, oh, alright, here instead of this we need to add journal number. So what I mean by that is, instead of this we need this journal number here, then it will populate everything as expected. So if I go to invoice journal and let me open this purchase order just to see that the records are matching here. Okay, so I think this was the purchase order where I go to my vouchers, and from here if I'll navigate to my subledger journals, so you can see we have 8 records. Okay, so for example, if I pick this one, vendor balance, so it should be credited 179. So where is my balance? Again, posting QRL. Okay, so if you see here, balance 179, this one. Okay, so it is giving accurate information. If you will add this guy here, like your journal number, so you'll get the exact information. And this is nothing, your voucher number. Okay, so you know, that's it for this video. If I'll just re-summarize here, we first of all we find the vendor invoice journal buffer, and you can start with purchase order as well. Then from there go to your vendor invoice journal, then we went to account eventing table, then from to subledger journal entry, then subledger journal account entry. Thank you for watching this video.